Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I'm back on the Dukect Lounge with my week hiatus and such. And, well, see, we have got lame fireworks to announce my return. But, yeah. Anyway, let's get started. We are going to be talking some big news issues, including stuff in the comic book world. And, well, I got some people here all the way from the internet. I have a Jakob Morris who talks to me with other type of things we work on. So I'll say hello, Jakob, to the people of the Dukect Lounge and such. Say hello.
Hello, Jacob, to the whatever you said.
And we have Patrick here. So I'll say what's up, Patrick.
How's it going, everybody?
And now hopefully everything's recording, which everything is, so we can start. And let's just start with, Marvel. Marvel. Looks like there's might be something really brewing here, and according to BleedingTool.com, the link will be in the description, is that there's been a really big civil war, not just in the movies and such, but also with the comic books and the whole media thing with Marvel, with Kevin Feige, or whatever, we can't pronounce his name, Disney head of studios Alan Horn, who's with Kevin Feige's side, and Marvel CEO Isaac Perlmutter, who is, he's the head of the comics and such. So there's a lot of stuff here. And after reading this article, and there's a lot of things here, including the dark stuff with Tony Stark being, supposedly drunk, like in Iron Man 2, he was really drunk in the suit. So he was like verbally abusive to pepper pots and all these type of things. So they had to, really recut because, according to the article, it said that Marvel executives freaked out after seeing the early cut in the film. So, yeah, Marvel executives did not like the way the Iron Man 2 was going to be, fixed up. Given that how Iron Man 2 ended up, I don't think they should be happy to process either. So, who knows? Who cares about that? But the main meat of the issue is, something that I was really concerned with is Alan Horn, the new person ahead of Disney's head of studios. And Alan Horn, who joined Disney's head of studios in 2012, he didn't do anything to smooth out these issues between when Feige started to take say, I was the one capitalizing the Avengers movie and all the other stuff, behind the scenes. I was a guy not from the comic book side, and he's been trying to move away the Marvel Studios away from the comic side, reporting just to Disney. Alan Horn didn't do anything with smoothing out the boards and such. Here's something what I don't really like. People say, that's good because Marvel is not doing good in the comic stuff. But this is what was worrying me about Alan Horn. According to him, according to Horn, it says has never been the best friend of comics. According to the article, it was his Warner Brothers vice president meeting a decade ago that saw DC Vertical forced to change their creative-owned contracts to be more restrictive regarding media rights. Something that saw Warren Ellis, Garth Ennis, Neil Gaiman, Grant Morrison, and others take their projects elsewhere. So these guys, these great writers for DC Vertical, had some, most of them. Jacob, you got something to say?
No, I was just being a dick.
But these are people who are known writers, and they have very huge fan bases with them, and they took their products and they took their projects all this time and left. So when I read about this and seeing that, that Marvel Studios are heading out of the inner working of Marvel Comics and now going to try to head up straight up to Disney, I get worried because, this is the same type of separation where, this type of stuff does not really end well for these types of, doesn't really end up well. And I want to hear your thoughts about that, because is this going to be a good move with this person's type of history? Do you think Marvel heading straight up to Disney. Marvel Studios heading up to Disney, which now after Civil War, they basically are. That's going to be less focused on their works. Like it won't be a collab anymore with Marvel Comics and Disney and such. Now it's just going to be straight Disney with Doctor Strange and going forward. Do you think it's going to be a positive thing or a negative thing?
Well, to play devil's advocate, Marvel hasn't exactly shown they haven't had their head up their ass.
Yeah.
So,
And
I mean, comics used to sell in the millions, but now they're lucky to sell a third of that.
oh yeah, I mean with their shock tactics, with with Cap saying Hell Hydra, and
It's
so
not
on.
even that. This has been happening before all the Captain American stuff, or even the female woman Thor stuff.
Yeah, with their which, by the way, I still read that comic of just having the blacked out spaces of what that character was saying. It's saying misogynist stuff, misogynist stuff. I'm like, seriously?
It's about ethics and hammer wielding.
Gosh, it's just really just like, wow, they can't really take anything like that. That's really is just sad. And then you go back further in comics, the Marvel stuff. It's more shock tactics. So I can see your point, but
There's
you
also
know,
Daresplaining.
yeah. But
I'm glad Mark Waid's off Daredevil now. That's one thing that Marvel's doing.
yeah, the comics and things like that, and people have not. It's again the disconnect, and I think I think Razorfist actually put on it's called the HBO effect, where this is like like they only care about the meet the people talking puff pieces, but ignoring the people, ignoring the people who buy the comics and ignoring their type of their input, which is at the end of the day is the most important because they're the ones buying the stuff. And with Marvel acting the way they are, I can see why.
Well, they're not buying the stuff, as we see.
Not. In fact, they're going over. Same thing with DC Comics. I mean, they're going more to, they're actually going to, again, the TV shows, the cartoons, and these other mediums.
Well, at least the Rebirth event is actually trying to smooth things over, from what I've heard, with the fans of the old stuff.
Yeah, I do see that. But also, I do see something with Marvel. I think again, I feel again, it just feels like a little bit of pettiness going on. I Perlmutter trying. I think part of me after his whole trying to get this whole type of situation done, I probably think that Cap heel turn was trying to really piss off the people in like the Marvel Studios going to Disney. I feel like that it wouldn't surprise me if it was that type of petty attitude. Probably would not surprise me. It was a little bit like, how you like Cap now that he's now basically a Nazi.
Well, after that long tangent, Patrick, what do you think?
Patrick's been quiet the entire time.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. I have no idea what the hell you guys talking about from because this is all new to me. Everything you just said.
Oh, really?
I mean, not the free for all of comic sales, or obviously not to Captain America, but just to get it straight for me, sounds like the comics no longer have any relationship with the films, right?
Not really. They are just reporting straight to Disney, and I think this.
And to me, there's no difference. Because, I don't read the comics. Honestly, I never really cared too much. I watch the movies because, they're great and all. So, as long as, don't want to say, as long as the movies are as good as they are, or at least they make as much money as they have been, then to me, I think Disney's making the right move in ignoring the comic books. Because, like what Jakob says, is that since the sales are a free fall, and for the most part nowadays, it seems that comics are just lost leaders. Just something to say, okay, we have this new character. He's not going to sell anything in the comics, but I think he'll be great as a movie or great as television. Something like that.
I see that as well. But to know one positive thing, which I think I haven't heard about is that maybe instead of following with this type of move, is that they'll try to do more original stories instead of related to the comic book stories, which is something I really wish the Marvel and DC would do because I feel like adaptations to it would just be treading old ground. I think,
Civil War was a little more. It wasn't the same exact plot as the one in the comics.
yeah,
Either Civil War or two. There's actually a Civil War two. Did you know about that?
oh yeah, because they're trying so hard to milk that thing in, which to me is stupid. I still think it's stupid because I have these heroes fighting each other for no reason. I mean, they already have. I mean, I don't even want to know how that thing started. Stupid. But it's to me, I wish that the movies could just do more original stories. I think these characters would flourish a lot more if they did have more original takes and would actually have more risk in saying, okay, I have to read this type of thing. Because even the movies like, say, The Dark Knight or something, which I really like, that old Batman Joe that came out in '08, was basically an adaptation of The Long Halloween. I really wish, though, that they actually did something new with the characters. It had new twists. It had new turns. And with
Maybe
these
Iron Man should be a little more belligerent.
Hmm. Yeah, maybe have the characters, and actually have a Mandarin that is, someone like that instead of, have who was that guy who actually was that, instead of, no,
Like Fu Manchu?
That
yeah, but less Fu Manchu, more Lopan. You're not gonna get that because that's from last, Little House from the, I think, Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah, I know.
yeah,
I know
I
him.
know who.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Favorite
Which, by the
movie.
way, by the way, that's probably going to do a remake on that because Lord knows we need another
Fuck
remake.
them.
Uh, but
Yeah.
speaking of,
But it has The Rock in it.
well, these rocks are being everything these days. But yeah, speaking of Disney, there's been chatter about the new Star Wars film Rogue One. Apparently, they're not happy with it. In fact, they've ordered some reshoots, and it's really odd that we've heard this again. We heard reshoots for Suicide Squad, the DC, another DC movie for their universe, and now with this, because I get a little worried for that. A little worried about that because we haven't seen much of Rogue One. We still have the teaser trailer that's come
I
out.
mean, I know it's basically a ripoff of Dark Forces.
Yes, yeah. By the way, play that game, people. I know it's on GOG somewhere, good old game somewhere.
It
You
is.
should
It's
check that.
awesome.
Yes, it is. And
And so is Jedi Knight
yes,
and Jedi Academy.
yes. Oh yeah, I got that. I played that. It was fun, man. But I always think it's much more fun when you unlock the Jedi stuff. But
So are they going to reshoot it by putting Kyle Katarn back in the movie, or are they still going with a female protagonist?
I think they are. I think a lot of people they saw it, and I think the reason why they thought it was going to be supposedly. I hear rumors that they didn't like what the direction was going. Maybe they said, maybe we need to make this a little less dark and more of a jovial type of spirit thing because of how The Force Awakens. A lot of people, Force Awakens did have its serious moments, but it have a bit of levity in it, that sort of thing. So I would not be
On the
surprised.
topic of the protagonist, if it actually is just a female version of Kyle Katarn, I wouldn't be too mad about that.
Yeah, the Jedi who turns out to be a Jedi or something like that.
Yeah,
Well, that'd be
it's still an
interesting.
interesting story.
Yeah.
Maybe not too original.
Then again, you can say that for most of the Star Wars.
I'm just going to
stuff.
say I don't hate the character because she's female. I'm just going to get that out of the way before somebody types angry comments.
They type in. Look, man, I'm gonna get hate comments anyway. The brother's doing this stuff on podcasts, so I will probably just have one racial epitaph in here. But regardless of that, I think it's the movie. Once again, when I saw the trailer, without being annoyed by that stupid alarm, what they tried so hard to really have that, Prometheus sounds. Because yeah, Prometheus is the one thing I really want them to completely copy because that movie was so good. But I hope that they were doing something interesting with these characters or interesting with the Star Wars universe. And because honestly, I think I want to hear Patrick's ideas because again, I feel like I'm talking too much. So I just want
Well, it's always rude to
Ah,
interrupt.
that's okay. Go ahead. I mean, jump in if you really feel.
Okay, basically, like the teaser, I mean, I saw it, I liked it. As for my thoughts on the reshoots, it's it's one of those things that for the most part, it's always like the nature of the beast that you always hear like, oh, such and such movies are getting reshoots, and like even like and other Star Wars movies were no stranger to reshoots. Now, by like the initial chatter about this, seems like the reshoots are like kind of big in scale, so that's kind of worrisome. But uh, to me, I think this may be like a case of a wait and see,
Yeah.
because maybe they'll these reshoots would actually improve the movie.
Hopefully.
But I mean, yeah, I don't know. As for what you guys were talking about just before, I'm going to admit that you were just speaking some sort of weird foreign language about Calcutta or whatever.
At the end of the day, though, these.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, but I think at the end of the day, these the Disney Star Wars thing is in good hands. But I just wish they wouldn't. Well, in some cases, I mean, I think there are some good like.
They could have kept the EU.
Yeah,
and maybe
but
actually base the sequels trilogy on the Thrawn trilogy, instead of just remaking the original trilogy.
Well, again, it's easy.
Okay, yeah, that's a very fair point, but
at least do something.
At the very least,
or if they're gonna get rid of, if they're gonna trash the EU, at least do something new instead of ripping it off.
Yeah, that's. I think that's something. I think that's something I think we all agree.
Like not just ripping it off with poorer versions of than the original.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm gonna have so many likes in this video. But anyway,
well, technically this is old Jacob's problem.
Yeah, that's true. So send the hate mail to Jacob. But
I'll never give you my email.
Damn it. But anyway, well, we're gonna have one more thing to talk about, which I showed you the video, Jacob, about this.
Yeah, was that like a fan project?
Oh no, you wish.
No.
Oh, it was. Well, ladies and gentlemen. Well,
was this like the people who did Honey Boo Boo?
No, I think lower. Think lower.
The Newsroom from HBO.
No. Actually, better quality than that. Actually, that has high quality than this. That was from Total Nonstop Action, and I wanted you to watch that video because I want to have a.
Oh wait, I got it. It's Sci-Fi. The Syfy channel, SYFY.
No, that's actually
better.
Actually, that has whole higher quality. Because the reason why I showed you that because I want to have because you're my little guinea pig, Jacob. Because I wanted to show this video to a non-wrestling fan and see what were their thoughts on it. Because I feel like me and Patrick, who showed me this video and I already saw it, gave me the link to the director's cut. Thanks again, Patrick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured that was a wrestling thing at the end.
Yes, but
that was weird.
It was odd. It was weird, but mainly I want to hear all your whole thoughts, just in one word. Sum the whole video up.
Uncomfortable?
Ah, there it is. Well, that's one. I mean, that's one word I would describe it. Because what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen, was this beautiful video.
Oh, and terrible acting.
Oh, yes. The acting was... Oh, yes. The uncut.
It was something else.
Yes.
No, Brother Nero!
Brother Nero. Oh,
Brother Nero.
With Matt Hardy. Just Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy contract signing for TNA Slammiversary, which sadly I would have to eventually review. It is... I thought that TNA could not stop getting L's. I thought they can't just you know what? They chased out potential buyers of their crappy little wrestling company. No one watches their TV show. No one buys their pay-per-views. which I don't know why they still have them. Let me ask y'all something. If you run a pay-per-view and no one buys it, does it still count as a pay-per-view?
Kind of. We just point and laugh at its lower buy rate.
Well, they just
Like, what if it's non-existent?
Yeah, it will probably be on YouTube probably the night after, so I can at least watch it. I'm not giving them 1 cent. Yeah, let me just see this one thing before I just get a good laugh at this. Let me just see, where is it? Um, let's see. BIOS, pay-per-view. Let's see. All right, let's see. All right, because this pay-per-view is going to be next week, and I'm going to see. Let's see. Let's see how much money.
12th, I think.
How much money if I actually wanted to buy buy the pay-per-view? Let's see. Wait a second.
$1 billion.
Let's look. Let's see. It's the 12th. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. How much would this be? Let's see. Let's see. It's going to be on the 12th. It'll be because honestly, let's see. TNA, Legendary High Flyers, Ring of Honor Global War. Let's see. Where is it? TNA Slammiversary. $40.
How much?
$40. $40 for.
Is that excessively high?
For this company, yes. Then again, but no. To be fair, the HD version is $39.99. The regular version is $39.95. So I get 5 cents off if I order the non-HD version.
Wait, seriously?
Yep.
Really?
Yes. I'm going to do a screen caption. I put this thing up here. I'll put a screen cap, and the people will watch this, because I'm not making any of this up. So yeah, I get 5 cents off if I actually ordered the non-HD version. Huzzah! Which that will not happen unless they paid me $40. No, scratch that. And then maybe if they gave me $200, I'll actually watch it somewhere, where there's no one else watching with me or something like that. Probably in some type of, maybe if I turn the TV to the wall or something like that, I'll watch it, because I think this show will probably be completely terrible. But yeah, that's how much it's going to cost, like $40, but now $39 and 50, like 5 cents off. But yeah, this was basically one of the worst things we saw, ladies and gentlemen, was this contract signing. Which, let me tell you something, Jacob, the road we got here alone to this contract signing would probably put your brain into into just a catatonic state. Let me get you catch up like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy, they had a I Quit match, which ended in a no disqualification, because how that works. After Jeff Hardy blew down and broke Jeff Hardy through a table. Even though, funny enough, in WWE, that's how they ended the I Quit match in that situation, but, whatever. And then Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy were injured. Matt Hardy was even more injured, and somehow his spine was broken, and then next thing you know, he devised a plan to use Jeff Hardy's alter ego, Willow. And Jacob, are you still following this, or you've gone insane?
I'm following.
Okay. And he used multiple Willows, multiple people in masks. I'm not making any of this up. Patrick, am I making any of this up?
As far as I can tell, no.
And he had this silly voice on his, I don't know, this mic saying, his Willow voice or something. And then he removed the mask, and you saw that Matt Hardy just looked this man who looked like, my gosh, he just looked like he lost, a lost soul, if you will. And just with him said, "You left me scarred." So jumping on a table breaks your spine, gives you, puffy blonde hair apart right there. I'm like, not a scar, not something like bloody or something like that. No, he just
Oh.
left a little.
Yeah, no. Man actually explained the hair, because he said it was the shock of the I Quit match that gave me this scar, in which I will wear this scar. Yeah, that's why he's calling his skunk hair a scar.
Yeah, no hair, no hair dye or anything else. Just like, the scar of his shock of his brother just betraying him, even though he's already been through that. But you know what? Fine, whatever. Um, he goes in and offers a challenge, saying that if you will have physical pain, mental pain, all this type of stuff. And he asked the people, by the way, you have Tyrus, this big 300 plus pound man, and they had Rockstar Spud, this like 95-pound guy, and he told them if you could beat him in a ladder match, Jeff Hardy in a ladder match, he will not sign to Full Metal Mayhem, which is basically a ladder match, but or in this case a no disqualification match with just people with you can use things with metal. You can hit people with metal. So basically with metal items. So a regular no disqualification match, which I don't know why. But again, it sounds like they could just easily continue the I Quit situation, but Full Metal Mayhem, then to from I Quit match to Full Metal Mayhem. I feel that this was a bit of a step off. But anyway, you have Jeff Hardy beat the 300 plus pound man. And in a handicap match, by the way, to beat both men, which I'm just like, wow. So Tyrus can never be taken seriously again. Neither can Rockstar Spud. And he wins his right to face Jeff Hardy can finally face Matt Hardy in this Full Metal Mayhem. And thus we get to the video. And
okay, you lost me at the hair thing.
Yeah. And then you see
Why
him.
do you watch wrestling?
It's good. There's good moments in it, and it's fun most of the time.
It's usually better than this.
Usually better. Very
Okay.
better. It's better.
Very better. That's grammatical.
This video hurts my brain. So, and then you have a
don't
scene.
blame you.
Yes, you have a scene. There's videos of all these type of situations. You see in one case him playing a piano, like.
Oh god, it was like no, it was so. You can tell that it was probably Matt Hardy playing that piano because it was some ungodly atonal thing. Abomination, because, I'll be the first. I don't know anything about music theory. I don't know how notes relate to other notes, but even I know that it's like, whatever Matt is playing is not very good.
No, it's not. It was terrible. Just like this entire segment. And, and it just...
At the very least, you gotta say that in sheer entertainment value, I laughed at that segment.
Yeah, I don't
lot.
think it was supposed to be funny. I think it was meant to.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If anything, if they're will I buy the pay-per-view to see the Hardys wrestle? God, no,
To defend us?
But if there was a thing saying, all right, you're gonna get 2 hours of Crazy Matt Hardy, the song of Crazy Matt Hardy, and his sane brother Jeff. That I will buy and watch.
Yeah, and by the way, I love how Jeff Hardy riding a dirtbag on Matt's lawn. I'm like, dude, I know Matt's not treating you right, but at least take care of his lawn and everything else.
I thought that was Jeff's.
At least I think it was.
Jeff's place.
I don't know. It's this whole thing was just shot in weird order. And then you had them going into the ring, and then Matt Hardy with his fake accent, which I'm like, oh gosh, shut up, please. Just both of you.
No.
Then they had to bring the children into it.
He does.
And then that fake.
He doesn't know whether he's British or he's a Spanish drug lord.
Yeah, I've seen a better British. Seriously, this was just outright embarrassing. And then we had that fake baby segment.
Oh god, that was amazing.
Yeah. Jacob, let me tell you something. This one wasn't the first time I saw a fake baby used in wrestling. It wasn't the first time, and honestly, the last time I saw it was actually handled a bit better. No, not bit, much more better, and actually a lot more funny in a very gallows humor kind of way. Check out, look at if you ever know about this, boys and girls. Take a search YouTube and find Snitsky, Lita, and Chris Jericho.
Okay.
Yeah, and the whole it wasn't my fault thing. That looked pretty interesting. Oh yeah, and well, just watch it and you will see what I mean. And then you have Matt
Is this
Hardy.
one about the chick who keeps getting abortions, or is that South Park?
No,
Like the South Park,
I think that's
South
South
Park
Park.
spoof of wrestling.
yeah, I think it is. Oh no, it was actually happened. I'll set the scene up for you. Screw it. Snitsky, had fought Kane and us in a dark match or something on Raw. Not a dark match, but he was a regular job on Raw. Then he knocked Kane into Lita, causing them to miscarriage the baby. And well, there was a segment on the highlight reel with a fake baby and Lita, and then you have Snitsky punt the fake baby into the audience. Yes, I did not make any of that up. And yes,
But it wasn't Snoozy's fault. We have to establish that.
yes, it wasn't his fault. And Jacob is probably looking, saying, "What type of madness have I stepped into?"
No, he's lost all respect for you.
Pretty much. Jacob, are you still there? The silence.
What?
Okay.
Okay, and we'll get back to the Matt Hardy stuff. After the fake baby, he knocks out Matt knocks out Jeff with some type of glass or something, and then does a rock bottom.
Yeah, I think it was wine bottle.
Yeah, wine bottle.
I think it was a wine bottle, but yeah.
He hit
Side effects, Jeff, into the
in
tank.
slow motion. And I just sat there. I was like, what else I can say? And then he looked, and I'm like, on the coffee table, which I'm like, this is, if TNA ended after Summerversary, that would be the perfect end note to do it. I was overall
I mean, they can't do anything better than that.
better,
Like,
worse. I just sat there and I'm like, how did this get on TV? Who sat there and said, yeah, this is
Wait,
good
was
for
this on television?
Yes, national television. Of course, it's on Pop TV. It's not much on cable, but it was on national TV. It was on airwaves. It was people who looked on this and said, yeah, this is clear to go on TV.
yeah, no. Apparently, the mastermind behind that segment was Jeremy Borash. So we know who to blame.
Yes, Jeremy Borash. Just, oh my gosh, that. I would have looked over there and said, no, I'm like, if I would have saw that, I would have just said, you know what, we're cutting all this. We're filming this shit again. No, we're going to just have.
Okay,
No,
we're
no,
doing it
at the
live.
very-
Yes. Yeah, screw it.
At the very least, and then there's a bigger problem. What if they didn't do multiple takes? And what was the best they could get? Especially like Matt Hardy trying to smoothly roll under the ropes and failing at it.
Yeah, they did 20 takes, and this is the best one. Oh, God. Now I'm really just... And then him slipping and disturbing his lines, like saying, Brother Nero. And I'm like, this is actually happening. And this is a shame, because I used to love this company. I used to be looking forward to every Impact, and then just to fall into this. To fall on this type of just failure. But even worse, even sadder than this, how screwed up is the state of wrestling, Patrick, is that we're talking about this segment and how stupid it is, yet I am more interested in that than anything in the WWE right now other than NXT. Anyone. Can you imagine anything from Money in the Bank that has any more interest in this? Anything?
No, not one thing. Let's face it. Let's face facts. This is like a kind of high bar for WWE to, leap over to generate more interest. Because that Hardy segment is legendary. It's going to be legendary for all of its badness. Like, this is the room bad.
I thought it couldn't get worse than Clara Lynch, but by God, they kept going. And they kept going. Again, they just keep going.
I mean, now as to your thing about, WWE stuff.
I thought I was watching The Room.
Okay.
I believed it. They were that good.
Okay, now to actually answer your question about like WWE stuff, you're pretty much right. Like, let's face it, no interest in Raw, not that interested in Money in the Bank. Although I'm pretty sure the matches would be good, especially Cena and AJ.
Yeah, and AJ will lose, but hey, who cares? But at this point, they've wasted their time. But
yeah, but I mean, let's face it, the brand splits already they seem to be going to 2 world champions, so that kind of kills my interest in that. Even though we're probably going to get AJ as a world champion in WWE.
But yeah, even after all that, I bet AJ's like, after all the bad booking here, it doesn't quite reach the badness of TNA, and he's getting a paycheck on time. So that's at least at least I'm getting paid on time, and I'm not.
Oh, yeah,
at least he's not doing anything as stupid as the Clear Lynch saga.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, AJ's making $500,000 a year, so good for him.
So at the end of the day, he's happy, somewhat. He smiled all the way to the bank. He already got his championships. He just.
Yeah, and plus AJ's flat out said he's only going for a couple more years till he retires. So
yeah, so he's done it.
This is a good road for him to get out.
Yeah, pretty much. But this was, like I said, it was an experience. It wasn't a good one, and TNA continues to. What's the word I'm looking for? Not the
suck in every way known to man and some known to monkeys.
And yet, I just fear if this company still survives under the head of lead by example by Dixie Carter, I feel that we might see something even worse. Because they're getting a lot of pop. They got a lot of people views, and not only us talking about it, but more people are talking about this. So I guarantee you they will take they'll say, well, people are talking about this. Why don't we go into this direction? And I just shudder.
At the very least, I mean, dude, you're my friend, I love you, but somebody said, okay, Impact from now on is going to be the saga of the Hardy Boys, with Big Money Matt and Brother Nero, but your friend Duke CT will be killed. I was like, well, that was nice knowing you, Duke.
Okay, but it's like, to me, I saw this, I thought this was like, if everyone on Lucha Underground, basically had like the worst writing, I know I haven't watched much Lucha Underground, but the stuff I see is great, not just the wrestling, but the character stuff. I'm like, and the way they shoot stuff is great. I feel like TNA is trying to do stuff like that, but they don't have,
the budgets or, the writing or an unlimited supply of random masked luchadors to be beat up.
Oh, wait. They do have Willow masks, so they have that. Yeah. Yeah, and Jakob is looking at this and probably thinking, you guys are weird, or just like maybe, or maybe he's just interested in the whole wrestling thing. Are you?
No.
Damn it.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Well, we didn't really show him the best stuff. We just showed him probably one of the worst things, and probably I wouldn't be surprised he's going to go off on a stick and probably just say ban wrestling forever. But anyway, this was, like I said, hopefully an experience. Listen to us, including Jakob and all these other fine people, and hopefully it looks like everything is recorded. Thank you. It's not going to be as bad as last couple of weeks, as Patrick can denote. But we had fun. Haven't we, people? Didn't we have fun?
I hope so.
And
if you say so.
Well. But anyway, that's all the show, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys had a great time listening, and hopefully your minds weren't really destroyed by the Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy thing. I hope. And maybe that match will be at least somewhat decent. Kind of decent. 1/4 decent. Okay, it might suck, but still, it will probably be a lot more. It'll probably at least be a lot better than what Grado and Mia Balabali Shira is going to take on because TNA still has those two.
Okay, that's probably going to be correct from what little I've heard of, the Shira Shake and all that.
I still have the scars. Brother Patrick. No, I need to do a British accent. I still have the scars. Brother Patrick. My terrible British accent.
Well,
but
you're right about it being terrible.
But anyway, it's been fun. Is Dukect here with
Patrick Alexander,
Jacob Morris,
and peace and love. We will see y'all when we see y'all. No, I hopefully will see you at AwesomeCon and this coming Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because I will be there relaxing and rubbing hobnobs with other people and trying to at least get some ideas, the stuff that will hopefully come through the future and everything, and get more, any more opportunities and such.
Yeah, what's that about?
Hey, it's a convention of comics, video games, and all these type of things that local people from the DMV can talk and congregate about nerd stuff. That's DC, Maryland, and Virginia, by the way. So if you ever come around here, Jacob and Patrick. Patrick already been around here because of MadFest, so
yeah,
you now know more of the lingo. That's always good. And that's probably is a pretty bad name because the DMV is pretty terrible. When you go in there, never. But anyway, that's just my ramblings. Anyway, thank you so much for listening, and we'll see y'all later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.